The Asian water monitor. We're gonna feed her. Got some nice fish. Man, just down in a flash. Is that it? Yeah?
She ate all her shrimp.
So there's a little pygmy rattlesnake coiled up underneath the muscadine grape here. And that is why I wear boots and why Gabby shouldn't be wearing sandals.
It's okay.
Oh no.
That's how I go. That's how I go.
Well, thankfully pygmy's not gonna kill you, but I do think you're gonna get popped in the toe one day. It's gonna be a bad day.
It's just too hot for shoes right now. It's like 97 degrees.
I think the venom will make your skin feel hotter. Hi, baby girl.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Ray.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. Hi, baby girl.
Hello.
Hello. I messed up your close-up, Rick. I'm trying to drive the cart and I looked up and there's just filming trees. All right. Look at the coatis, Rick. Look at the naughty coatis, Rick. What do you think of them? Here's Lily eating her food. Hello. Enjoying some grapes. She's got grapes and freeze-dried raw chicken hearts and strawberry, cantaloupe, honeydew, some mixed veggies like green beans, corn, peas, almonds, watermelon. Ooh, don't get me. No pebbles. Be nice to me. Try to put a sprinkler. It doesn't seem to want to rotate, but I got it at an angle for him at least. What do you guys think, huh?
Look at Ozzy.
So we were just talking about maybe doing a little concrete canvas pool for them. That'd be kind of cute, you know? We get that comment almost on a daily basis. Every single time I show the emus, get them a pool. Why don't we get them a pool? Because they're prone to breaking the legs. I don't want to get them to plastic or even a liner. Honestly, I want to get them something nice where I know they're not going to get hurt. So right now, though, we're gonna have a nice little sprinkler party.
Oh, there we go. You fixed it. As a thank you, he's gonna come kill you.
Yeah, right?
Hi. Ozzy, why you always look like you're in shock? Like always.
Look at him. Look at this big dummy. Oh, look at this big dumb bird. Pebbles is both the most aggressive and the most affectionate. He's the only one that'll cuddle you, and he's the only one that'll kill you. Why you like this, huh? Why you like this? They look happy though, right? Look at them all.
Oh yeah.
And you guys hear that sound they're making that's called drumming?
Look at her strutting her
Yeah.
stuff.
So she's
Summer's always strutting.
strutting and drumming.
So I think Ozzy's a boy.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think Ozzy and Pebbles are both boys, and I think we know those are girls.
Look at Ozzy. He's so sweet. You gonna flop down? What do you think?
Do you see her?
Hmm. You wanna go feed the turtles?
Yeah.
Look at it.
Oh, let's go, guys. Oh, look at Julie go. Got a golf cart full of produce for you. There's little Daisy. Look at him. I love the corn. Tortoise time. Here they come. Well, here's Yortis the tortoise sitting in the pile as usual, being obnoxious as can be. It's always him. He always does this. Climbs right across the pile of food, blocking everybody. So these are redfoot tortoises. At least the ones you see right here. We also have a yellowfoot tortoise in here, and then a Burmese mountain tortoise. They are somewhere back there on their way over. Here's one of our Galapagos tortoises. One of the babies. And here comes a Russian tortoise. And then these are our two smaller redfoot tortoises. Not big enough to be with the big ones yet. Oh, what do you guys want? That's not for you. No, that's not for you. And here's one of the Aldabra tortoises. And then there's Shelly, the sulcata. This is their new enclosure, if you hadn't seen it yet. And then this is Flynn, the California desert tortoise, stuffing his face. We got a lot of tortoises. This is his new area. Got a little house over there. Here's Jumanji, our giant sulcata, chowing down. Nice big plate of food. I'll be gone in a matter of minutes. Look at him flipping it up. Here are the Patagonian Maras. Got Timothy and Topanga. So Topanga's this one, the grayer one. Timothy's the one who's more orange. And you can hear Ricky and Hazel in the background. Hello. Hi, baby. What are you doing? Hi, Rick. Here's UA the fox. Chowing down. She's got some quail grinds right there. So it's not ground quail, it's quail grinds, which basically means they put like a whole quail in a blender, which is really sad and messed up, but really good for them as a diet because it's got all the feathers and everything. And she's got some freeze-dried raw chicken hearts, some butternut squash, blueberries, a quail egg, watermelon, green beans, peas, carrots, a bunch of good stuff. And Kira is running around back over there. And then Hazel. It's over here being crazy, climbing the walls. I got a new water bowl for him right there I gotta set up too. Hazel! And here's Hazel. Now we got Shippo right up there. Here's Little Dude, the African crested porcupine. What you doing, dude? What are you eating? Got some banana? Yeah, that's what he's going for, is that banana. Oh, he's trying to pull the whole banana out, but it's mushy. Oh, he's happy. Look at him with his eyes. He gets all squinty. So he's got corn, banana, broccoli, leaf eater biscuits, carrot, green bean, cabbage, grapefruit, strawberry, snap pea, butternut squash. Got a lot of good stuff for you, dude. Check out those quills. So cool. Don't want those stuck in you. And yeah, the most common porcupine myth, they do not shoot their quills. Yep. Well, the myth is that they shoot their quills, and the fact is that they do not shoot their quills. But if I close the door, he's probably gonna do that, yeah. So they will back up at you and point them and back up, but no, they don't shoot them. Always got that banana piece. So we've got some ice enrichment for the foxes here. So just another bowl with some ice in it. See what they want to do. UA's checking it out. And back to the food bowl. So we got some ice for the prairie dogs. Oh, but they just want to climb me. And Dino's out there bellowing. Totally hears him. Ow, why are you biting me? Come here. Here, have some ice. You guys want ice? Or you don't care? No, we're just gonna, ow, climb me. Here, have a food bowl. There, how about that? Go have food. There you go. And they just want the food. They don't care about the ice. Poppy, stop climbing me. I'm chewing on my pants. And he peed on me. That's nice. No, you're gonna pee on me. Stop it. Eat your food, Poppy. Ah, no, Poppy. I don't need you climbing up my pants and chewing on them and peeing on them. You can't go inside my boot. Here are some of the finches. So they just got fresh food, they got some sprouts, they got some fruit. They got some good stuff for them. Most of them are back in the bushes. Zazu's got an ice cube. So we're putting ice in everybody's water because it's so hot out today. And Zazu's the only one so far who actually has cared about the ice and grabbed it. What do you think, Zazu? You got a new toy? It's not gonna last long. It's gonna melt. He's the only one so far that has cared at all about the ice. Hi, Jelly Bean. What do you think? Oh, you got some dragon fruit? And throw that gross lettuce away, huh? You should eat the lettuce. It's good for you. And more dragon fruit. He's got some fresh scrambled eggs. You don't want eggs? No? Just gonna stare at me like a weirdo? Yeah? He's less than happy with his meal today. It's all those gross greens and veggies and eggs, and he just wants grapes and blueberries. You're gonna have some variety, man. Yeah, this is what you're getting today. He was very unhappy about it. That's what you're getting today. It's not bad. Dragon fruit, yeah. Now in the small parrot aviary, they're all very excited. There's always some parakeet drama going on. How you guys doing, huh? You guys gotta use your bird bath. It's hot today. Gotta come cool off. Okay, so we are walking around doing some planning today, trying to figure out, we got so many projects, so many irons in the fire right now. So trying to figure out what we're doing. So first of all, behind us, we're working on a temporary beaver enclosure where we will kick the beavers out of where they are right now because they are down inside their little den that they made. And so
we don't know if they're chewing on the underside of the canvas.
yes, so that's what our concern is they could be chewing, since their den is right up against the inside right there, they could be chewing against the pond itself. We've seen evidence that they are chewing on the inside of the pond, but haven't really done much damage. So it's not like a real concern yet, but they're definitely, they put a few little chunks in there.
Well,
so,
the bottom of that is rubber,
yes.
remember, so that's...
So that's why we're like, they could be doing a lot more damage up against that, and we would have no idea. We don't know what they're doing in there. Also, we're not able to check on them because they're up in there. So if there was a health issue, not that there is, but if there was, we have no way of checking on them, monitoring them, or extracting them if there was an emergency or anything like that. So, you know, we were contemplating for a minute of like, maybe they could just stay over there and that's fine. But now we're like, that's just not a good idea, because if something goes wrong, we can't get them out of there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to catch them, both of them. This
like 3 a.m.
Yeah, they don't come out till like 3 a.m. some nights. Some nights, well, Bucky will come out like at dusk a lot. Teddy does not come out until like 3 a.m.
Teddy's pretty feral.
Yeah, Teddy's pretty much a wild animal. Okay, Bucky will eat from us, you know, he's like pretty nice, but Teddy's pretty much a wild animal. So we're gonna have to be out there at 3 a.m., catch both of them, you know, and then put them into this temporary that we're building right now, and then go in there with our guys and basically concrete all of that beautiful grass that we put in. All that work we did to make sure we put down sod and rock and this, and then made it look so nice. We're gonna scrap that whole thing, rip it all out, and then concrete all of it, and then put pea gravel on top of that. So it'll actually look better and be softer on their feet and everything. But that's the plan right now, just because we can't have them digging like that. And then we'll make them their own little den areas that they can go in that we can get into, you know? So, but that's kind of the beaver update, is we're gonna have to pull them out, put them in a temporary for like a week, and then concrete that whole thing. And yeah, it's gonna be a whole big thing. So that's beavers. We also have a new crocodilian joining us soon. Do we want to say what it is yet?
Yeah, you can.
So we have another dwarf caiman joining us. So that's pretty exciting. You guys, that's Mushu. That's what Mushu is dwarf caiman. This one looks like it might be a different species though. So Mushu is a Cuvier's. This one might be the smooth front. So we gotta get a hold of it. They're very similar and they're the same genus. They're both Paleosuchus. It's Paleosuchus, he's a Palpabrosus. And then this one, I think from the photos we had so far, looks like a Trigonatus to me. So we're gonna have to get them and find out. It would be pretty exciting if they're two different species though. Now being that they might be two different species, we will separate them. And
this one also looks larger from the photos.
It does significantly look larger.
Like
yeah,
4 or 5
which
feet maybe.
Trigonatus do get bigger. So it would make more sense that this is a Trigonatus. But we will separate them. They'll be in separate enclosures. They're not the most social species, especially if they are different species. We don't want them together. We don't want them, you know, I just, at that size, it's going to be smart to separate them, you know, because like that one looks big enough that like it could tear Mushu up. So we're thinking about coming over here. I'm going to show. So this is Stallone. That's his enclosure right here. And then this is the baby gator lagoon right here. So we got Stevie and Patches in there. And then we're talking about putting a new enclosure right here on this side of this path. So I don't know if that'll be a dwarf caiman. We're figuring it out. We're walking around, we're talking, we're planning. So, but we will put some enclosure here that's relatively small for either a caiman, so it doesn't have to be too big, or maybe a different crocodilian that, you know, is a smaller one-off animal kind of thing.
I've also been talking about maybe setting up Trapjaw and Cheesecake.
Yeah.
When she's healed. She's bigger than him.
Yep.
So he's not going to beat her up. So maybe like Trapjaw and Cheesecake will go here or something like that.
This is a good, relatively small area to do for a caiman. I do like that idea.
We might have to do a little bit of tree trimming.
We'll see.
And then if you keep going this way, that is where the big communal pond is. You guys have seen this 100 times, so.
Which, yeah, but I still want to go look at it and talk for a sec, because I get asked about this pond almost every day. So the updates on that would be so we got the concrete canvas. We did the beavers with that. That has been successful, and that reaches my approval for furthering using that material for crocodilian enclosures. So I do want to do this with the concrete canvas too. So this is that communal pond area. It's a big, huge open area right here, and this is where we would be putting in a bunch of nuisance gators. Probably end up with like 30 of them in here at least. So this is exciting. We've been talking about this. This has been dug for like, what, 10 months or something? 9 months, something like that. It's just been a lot of delays as we try to figure out this concrete canvas stuff and figure out the proper material. Why are we doing that? Because it's like a fourth of the price. Remember, the price tag on this to do it with straight concrete was $86,000.
I think it was 76,000.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 86.
Either way, it's a lot of money.
Gabby's definitely better at remembering things, but I'm pretty sure it's 86. Whatever, it's a lot. It's more than we got to spend, okay? Either way, 86, 76, whatever it was a lot. And then the gunite quote was 50 something.
56, yeah.
Yeah.
The concrete canvas, it's working out well. If it can hold up against beavers, it can hold up against anything. That was like the ultimate test.
I have no doubt this will hold up for crocodilians, 100%. So that's what we want to do in here. And so to do this with concrete canvas was around like 20 to 30,000, which is still a ton of money, but it's a lot better than, like 70, 80. So that's what we're going to be doing in here. That's why it's taking so long, though, is we've been trying to figure this thing out, because obviously we're talking about like an insane amount of money here. So,
right. And if you mess that up, how are you digging out all that concrete, breaking it up, hauling out of here and starting again?
And you guys know, like, we're not millionaires, so like we're trying to make this thing work. Viewers like you are what help us out in donations and whatnot, and we will be doing a big fundraiser run once we get going on this project too. We're going to do a big fundraiser for that too.
All right, what else do we have?
So also, what we're going to do before we do this, that's why I want to come over and talk about it though, because everybody asks. Before we do this, we are going to do another order of concrete canvas and do another pond for one of the crocodiles.
Probably Angelus.
Yeah, maybe Angelus. Well, we need to open up a spot to get that other saltwater croc from Texas. So we need to get that animal in. Ideally, I would like to move that animal straight into its permanent enclosure and not have to put it in a temporary and then catch it again. As you guys know, we talked about ad nauseum how stressed out saltwater crocs get.
Did we talk about the alligator snapping turtle yet?
No. So that's the other big update. Okay, the other big update is going to be alligator snapping turtle. So we got our permit for that. So we got to build a pond for 2 alligator snapping turtles that we're going to be getting.
One first. Yep.
And then another one.
And then, we have to submit that permit. But we will be taking 2.
Yeah, so we
gotta go for tortoise.
Yeah, so, the alligator snapping turtle pond will not be concrete canvas. We're going to do that with a liner. We've talked to a few other people who've done similar things, so we'll do that one with a liner, but then the concrete canvas for a crocodile, maybe 2 more croc ponds. We'll see where we get. It kind of is, it is a priority to get that saltwater croc from Texas, and I want to have it put directly into its permanent home, because when we got this one in, moving it, I thought it wasn't gonna make it. When we got Talia, I did not think she was gonna survive. It wasn't looking that hot for the first week. So like, thankfully she's okay, but like, I don't want to take that gamble again, and like, of having to put her in there and then catch her out and then move her again and stress out all over again, So, yeah.
Maleficent.
Oh my God. So then,
I think this is the final project for now.
Well, this is a lot of updates, and like people are always asking for updates. Here you go. Here's the list. We're gonna build a new enclosure for Maleficent. Okay, so
why?
Why? So she does not use her heated house very well. She doesn't understand it. That was built with our croc monitor in mind, who sadly passed away. But he understood that thing pretty darn well. Apparently, Asian water monitors are not nearly as smart. Okay, they are considered one of the dumber monitors, is what everybody says. So we want to build a new enclosure for her with a heated house too, right up against it, with just like a door or something like that.
And I think I want to do more ground space, more foliage for her, and maybe like an actual concrete in the ground ponds for her. And then we are getting an adult rhino iguana.
Yep. From
Tom Crutchfield, who we got Mushu from.
Yep. So he's got a super friendly old rhino iguana. That's
You've known him for like
I've known that
15 years.
Yeah.
So are you excited?
That's pretty cool. Yeah. He's super sweet.
So I think that enclosure will be better suited for him. We'll take out the mulch. I want to do sand and like rock for him.
Yeah.
It's just such a dry enclosure, and I feel like Asian water monitors are more tropical, so I really want to include, if we can, like more trees and bushes and stuff for her.
Yeah.
So we'll have to map that out too.
Yeah, there's just so many projects, so many things going on.
And this is why when everyone asks, when are you gonna open? We don't know.
Yeah, there's so many different things going on, so many different projects, and like we got to get all this stuff done before winter. You know, I mean, this can be going on during winter for gators, but we got to finish all the croc stuff before it gets cold. They have to be moved in and comfortable and acclimated before we get cold weather. And as it is insanely hot out here, guys, it's in like 96, like 1,000% humidity. It sucks, and it's hard to believe, as much as we're sweating right now, that in a few months it's going to be freezing cold.
I think if worse comes to worse and we don't finish it in time, I think everybody is fine where they are, and we would just bring in Damon, we would bring in Iris, our little baby Morlet's crocodile, and we would bring in both of the dwarf caiman.
Yeah. But I would love to get, you know, we get this concrete canvas. I've also been working on our relationship with them and trying to work with them to get some deals. That's the other thing that's been kind of delaying the concrete canvas, is like, you know, we're trying to work with them and get some decent deals and stuff here, because we're talking about a big investment of money, and they are receptive to this. It's been really good. We've had a really good conversation between them and then Ferguson, which is the company, the distributor, and they do want to work with us and work out some deals, and yeah, we're really excited about that. They do want to work with the sanctuary, so that's awesome. But it takes time to figure that stuff out, and I'm just like, winter's coming. Winter is coming, and you know, so we're just trying to like figure all that stuff out and get it all going. So that's where we are right now. I think that's all the updates.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy because like we're almost in August and it's so hot, but it comes up quick. We start feeling it in November, and it's like a 40-degree difference. So it will be 80 during the day and like 40 at night.
Yep.
And especially with Maleficent, we got her when it was still in like the mid to high 60s at night, and she was not easy to bring back in. If she doesn't want to do something, she will bite you. Yeah. And that is not an animal you want to get bitten by. Yeah. So yeah, we got to start planning. We plan months and months and months in advance, and this is why. Yep. So again, like, we know everyone wants to come visit, and we're so excited to finally be able to show you guys this, but there is so much we got to do with enclosures. Then we have to do secondary fences or like a rope or something for all the enclosures before people can visit. Then there's, you know, I mean, we have insurance, but once we start actively doing tours, that insurance is going to go up by like $5,000 a year. So there's a lot that goes into it. Yeah. So we are trying, but
but those are all the updates right now. At least the updates we can share. There's other stuff going on too that we're not talking about yet. Some really exciting stuff. I don't know when that's going to be shared, but
probably in a year. Yeah,
but there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. And like we you know, we keep our cards close to our chest until we're ready. So just keep in mind too, like, why aren't they open yet? Why aren't you guys open? Like, there's so much stuff going on, and there's stuff going on behind the scenes too, you know, and so we have a lot of things we're trying to figure out. Hopefully we do get to be open, you know, sometime soon. Yeah, and then eventually too, I want to do a tour pond here. You know, right now we're working on like saving animals and getting homes for animals, which is our mission, of course, but like, I want to do like the tours, the underwater gator tours again. You know, I want to do that here. That was my baby. That was my brainchild. I created that whole thing, and it was amazing. And that touched so many people in such a unique way. I really want to get those going again. But, you know, obviously saving animals is more important, and we're trying to do that first. And then we're going to get working on actually going back to doing the underwater gator tours and everything like that, which I really want to do. But that's probably at least a year until we can even start to think about it, you know? The
more animals we get, I feel like the longer the tour is going to be. Like the guided tours at the sanctuary right now, I feel like they're about an hour. They would be an hour and a half. Yeah. I think we're going to have like a 3-hour tour if you want to see all the animals.
Well, what we'd end up doing, I think, is probably like, if somebody came, they would do, and I think I've talked about this one before too, guys, of doing it. It's like a weekend stay, you know, where like you'd come out and like that's like the kind of dream thing, is like people come out until you get a really awful customer, then it's gonna be a nightmare. But otherwise, I think it'd be really cool to have people be able to come out and like stay the weekend, and we would have like, hopefully eventually, this is long-term planning, guys, having a place for people to be able to, like a little cabin back here. You know, there's an abandoned house right there if you want to rough it. But having people be able to come out and stay at like a cabin, then they do like the underwater gator tour, and then they do like the sanctuary tour and all these different kind of things. But
And wildlife rehab.
yeah, that's the other big long-term goal, is full rehab center.
There are no wildlife rehabbers within an hour of Putnam County. So all those animals, if people can't drive them, they die.
Yeah, people call us all the time. Hey, we just had one this week. Somebody found the possum, you know? And we're like, we're not licensed rehabbers, you know, unfortunately. So that's another big, huge, long-term, very expensive goal, is a whole actual rehab center, pay a rehabber, because that's a whole different license we don't have. You know,
and it's not that simple, because I know everyone's like, well, then just get it. It's not that simple.
No, that's a...
And they're making it harder and harder for people trying to do the right thing, which is just...
Yeah. So we would have to hire a licensed rehabber to come. We would have to have like housing for them probably, like, or they would have to, there isn't one locally. So we would have to like have housing and then hire them, and then they would have to live here and then have the rehab center already built. And like, it's just you know, I mean, that's going to be like a couple $100,000 investment right there. So that's like,
I'm hoping as we grow, we get some huge donors, you know, and like the Seabird Station, where, you know, the governor gives his whole salary to us or something, because I have so many plans. I want like an ambulance. Yeah. Like a literal wildlife ambulance where we can have volunteers or staff go pick up injured animals, bring it back. Like, but again, this is 20, 30 years probably.
Hopefully not that far, but it's at least probably, I don't know. It depends. Like, so things do move like kind of exponentially. I think, so this is why the underwater gator tours are a priority in my mind, because that is what gets us on the map for so many other people who come and fly in. When I did those tours, I would have people flying from other countries for the day on their private jet. Those are the people that come, they see what you're doing, they're like, wow, I like what you're doing. Here's $100 grand. That's what I made last hour. Here you go. Like, those kind of people come for those kind of experiences. So that's why it's a priority to me to get those underwater gator tours cranking out again, get those going. Because again, I would have people fly in from England just for the day on their private jet, fly in, do my tour, fly home. Like, those are the people that make massive donations, and when they see the vision and what you're doing, that's how this stuff just cranks up exponentially.
I think that's the only way we're going to be able to hire like someone on staff like that, like a vet or a rehabber. I would love to hire Kushner full-time.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I wish we could.
You know, having a full-time vet here, but again, we're going on a tangent. We have so much.
People like to hear about this stuff, though. I know
we're on
they do.
18 minutes of updates.
Well, people do like to hear, you know, what are... Okay, when I do the Ask Me Anything thing, that's one of the most common questions. What are your ultimate goals for the sanctuary? What are your dreams? What are your plans? What are the sanctuary plans? These are all the things, you know, like, people want to know this kind of stuff. So those are like the big dream things. But like, first, you know, we have to finish building out habitats just right here at the level we are right now, and then get this big communal pond going. That's going to save a bunch of gators. And then again, it really needs to be a priority to do the underwater gator tours, because that's what puts us on the map for those big ticket people that make big donations. You know, like, that's got to be a priority. And then trying to figure out all that tour stuff, and then doing a whole rehab center, you know? So like, we do have like some serious long-term plans that are gonna take years to come to fruition here. So this is the temporary area for the beavers. Which, honestly, this is better than when a lot of people keep their animals in for permanence. But not made for tall people, I'll tell you that much. Gabby's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how tall I am. All right, so we are walking around, plotting everything, planning. So we're thinking about putting right over here the alligator snapping turtle. So we'll have two of them right over here, might be the plan. The beavers are right there. Just to give an idea of where we are. Beavers are there.
Stallone is through this path. This is a temporary enclosure that's going to be a permanent small crocodilian enclosure. If you keep going, there's Stallone. So this little area doesn't have anything. And before you say, oh no, there's no sun for the turtle to bask, that's exactly why we're choosing it.
So alligator snapping turtles need to be in full shade. They don't really come out to bask or anything like that. So they're recommended to be under full shade.
So this is kind of perfect.
A good spot for him.
Mike's calling you.
Look, I'm Maleficent just chilling poolside. There's a happy looking lizard right there. Here's our chunk skunk. Hi, Sammy. How we doing, huh? Oh, look at that leg go. Look at that little kickstart going. Look at this, you got peppers. You like peppers. Not good enough, huh? She said, where's the bugs? Where's the walnuts? I hear a quaddy flipping a bull. Feeling very cuddly today. Here is Sierra the fennec fox, and there she goes. And then Jet, sitting up on his platform, chowing down. What do you think, Jet? That's a hunk of meat the size of your head. Well, minus the ears. You guys hear that grunting sound? Is the emus. Les emus. And here is Calusa the barred owl. So I just put down some mice for her. We also put down a head of lettuce, which no, she doesn't eat lettuce, but they do like to shred them as enrichment. So I put that down for her just to play with as like a toy. They do like to shred them. Hi, how we doing? And the dogs are walking around over there. Now remember, she is our non-releasable barred owl. She was struck by a car and suffered a permanent wing injury that deems her non-releasable, so that's why we have her. And then she also has glaucoma and cataracts and that bad eye right there. So I have to give her eye drops twice a day. Look at those talons. And then she does make friends with the wild owls, although I haven't seen any in a minute. But I'm sure they're around. I heard one earlier today, actually. But I haven't seen any in a while. I think it's because the dogs always come with me and they run out ahead of me and just scare everything away, so. What do you think? Yeah, now that I think about it, every time I have seen one of the owls over here, it's because I didn't have the dogs with me. But either way, yeah, I'm going to go and give her eye drops and we will end the video. Thanks for watching, guys.